Pocket FM.
To unlock all the episodes, click the link in bio.
How soon can you arrange for me to donate my blood? Before we do anything, we need to see if your blood types match. If you'll all come with me, I can test everyone to see whose blood is compatible. Nurse, which 3 people matched? Kevin, Thomas, and Ethan Williams. Son, please donate your blood to your grandfather. Dad, what are you talking about? No, I want Kevin to provide the transfusion for me. Kevin, if anything happens to you, your wife will support you for the rest of your life. As Thomas's only son, your cousin Ethan is next in line. The blood transfusion is not just dangerous, but could also affect his health. I'll do the transfusion, but not because you're ordering me to. I've been cut off from the family for too long to care what you think. I'm doing this for my grandfather to repay his kindness to me over the years. Suddenly, Dalton Steele pushed his way through the crowd. Are you nuts, Kevin? Have you already forgotten what they did to you? I can't forget their kindness to me when I was younger. They raised me until I was 20. Kevin helps Grandpa. What's it to you? Even if the procedure injures him, he's unimportant. I'm sorry, but he can just go back to living off his in-laws. Who the hell are you? Nobody talks to me like that. Dalton grabbed Ethan by the neck and slapped him in the face. How dare you hit me? Mr. Steele, aren't you going too far? Listen to me carefully. As long as I'm alive, none of you will ever bully Kevin again. Don't forget that you're the ones who drove him out of your family, and now you're actually forcing him to give you his blood. Dalton punched the wall. His fists were like hammers, and the entire room shook from the force of the blows. Who isn't afraid to die? Come and get me. I've never seen Dalton like this. What he didn't know is that ever since Dalton took the power pill, his training had improved by leaps and bounds. How dare you make trouble for the family again? It was Ariana Titus, the woman who had attacked Kevin at the Herbalist Society contest. Dalton squinted at Kevin's relatives and then at Ariana. In spite of his progress, he wasn't really looking forward to fighting with her. Let's do it, Dalton! Kevin raced forward like a shot. He and Ariana collided in an explosion of energy. Are you okay, Kevin? Never mind me. Kevin wiped the blood from his face and pulled his night dagger out of his jacket. Kevin was overwhelmed by her display of energy, and because she was much more skilled than he was. He was sure that he and Dalton couldn't beat her, even if they joined forces. She moved like lightning and struck Dalton's chest with her palm, right over his heart. Dalton staggered backward and struggled to catch his breath. In a rage, Kevin drew his night dagger and pounced on Ariana. He didn't care what happened to him. But Ariana was a little quicker, and she deflected Kevin's strike.
You should get out of here, Kevin. I may never get to see Chicago again. Promise me you'll take care of Miranda for me.
No, Dalton, you've got to hold on. I've got a way to save you. Before you save your friend, you should figure out how to save yourself. Ariana stabbed Kevin with her dagger. The Williams family was certain that they were witnessing Kevin's death. Kevin looked down at his heart and saw that the blade had been unable to reach his skin. The Alliance leader's gift had saved his life. What are you doing, bullying these young men? Don't you have any integrity? Sir, what are you doing here? He was surprised to see the Night King. Who are you? I'm Kevin's mentor. You don't deserve to know my name. Then the Night King suddenly put his hand on Kevin's chest. He moved so quickly out of the room that he was just a blur, and he took Kevin and Dalton with him. Thomas and Ethan were the only ones left who could provide a transfusion for Grandpa Williams. In Dalton's mansion, the Night King was bent over his patient. If it wasn't for the bad luck Kevin's brought us, my cousin wouldn't be like this. I have no idea how he can be saved. Miranda stood silently at the door, looking absolutely despondent. I gave him some medication that will help his heart. He's already responding very well. Fortunately, he was in excellent shape to begin with, especially since he'd recently taken the restoration pill. His life is no longer in danger, but he needs one more thing if he's going to completely recover. What is it? I'll find it right away. I need a rare plant that has been infused with gold. The legendary gemstone made by combining gold and water?
I see you found some time to study. The process was discovered to create a gemstone that contains gold that's been blended with water. The result is similar to aqua aura, but far more rare and valuable. And we have ways to use it for healing. About 15 years ago, there was a small piece of it at the Pearl family's auction house. As I recall, it was sold to the Sutherland family for close to $600 million. I'll go there. I know Penny. She's the oldest daughter in the family. The Night King thought for a moment. Then he reached into his pocket and pulled out a beautifully crafted pendant in the form of an infinity sign. It was made of palladium, one of the rarest metals. If anyone in the Sutherland family gives you any trouble at all, just show them this infinity pendant, and all your problems will be solved. As soon as Kevin stepped outside, he called Penny's number. I'm sorry, Penny, but I have to ask you for help with something. And I do have the repair pill for your friend. Just tell me where you are and I'll get it to you now. I'm at Brenda's beauty salon. Penny, why did you even answer the phone of that liar? What the heck did he want? Kevin just told me that he's made the repair pill he promised, and he's bringing it over right now. While they were all arguing about Kevin, the door opened and he rushed in. A second later, a glass of white wine was thrown in Kevin's face. What are you doing, Mackenzie? You know, yesterday I sent someone to check into your background. That's how I found out you were tossed out of your own family, and ever since you've been mooching off the Jones family. You're the biggest loser in Chicago. I don't have the time for this. Please, listen to me, Penny. My friend is dying. He urgently needs a gold and water gemstone to save his life. I don't care how much money you want for it. Do you know what you're talking about? That's an extremely rare treasure. Do you know how much my family paid for it? I know it cost $600 million. I'll go to the bank to transfer the money to you right away. Do you have any idea how much $600 million is? I know you're upset with me, but I really had an emergency that night. Look, I have the repair pill right here. You've got to listen to us. Penny, don't let this trash cheat you again. Nobody actually knows what the repair pill looks like. This could just be a freaking piece of candy. Is it true that your friend's life is on the line? Yes, it's true. Dalton was injured by an expert from the union. He's lying at home right now. If you don't believe me, I can take you over to the Steele family's mansion. I believe you, and I'll let you have the golden water gem, but you have to remember one thing. You owe me a favor now. A huge favor. Penny slowly took off her bracelet. This bracelet contains the gold water stone? Yes, but I want to remind you that although this is rare and valuable, it's extraordinarily durable. If my family hadn't known what to do with it, I'm afraid it wouldn't be here today. But before Kevin could take it from her hand, Mackenzie reached out and snatched it away. Give me the repair pill and I'll send someone to see whether this is a genuine med before I give you the bracelet. No way! Dalton was still unconscious. Was there enough time for Mackenzie to have the pill verified? What if she left and didn't come back? Just give me the bracelet and I promise I'll give you the repair pill. Well, why should I give the bracelet to you? Remember when you said I'd have to beg you for the repair pill? I'll tell you what, you're going to have to beg me. Mackenzie, you're going too far. Penny was getting upset with her friend too. For one thing, if Kevin really is a master herbalist, he may get revenge on her in the future. And not even Mackenzie's grandfather would be able to help her. Well, are you going to do it or not? If you don't beg me right now, I'm heading for the door, Mackenzie said with a sneer. Mackenzie, you have to stop this. I need that bracelet. Suddenly, Kevin pulled out the infinity pendant that the Night King had given him and announced, If you're not willing to help, maybe this can convince you. Penny and the others looked at him with some doubt in their eyes. They all knew enough to see that it was a very high-quality piece of jewelry, probably made by a master jeweler. I can't believe you're the deputy leader. Mackenzie suddenly got very polite and looked down at the floor. I'm sorry I insulted you, deputy. I had no idea who you were. Please, forgive me. I promise I'll never do it again. Mackenzie walked over to Kevin and calmly handed him the bracelet that he needed. He didn't want to waste another second. He took the bracelet and practically ran out of the shop. When Kevin returned to the Steele family's home, the Night King quickly took the bracelet so he could use it to cure Dalton's injuries. More than 2 hours later, the Night King finally came into the great room and told Kevin that Dalton would be okay. At 5 o'clock in the morning, Kevin was starting to get irritable. He kept thinking about what had happened in the hospital. He stepped out for just a minute to get some coffee, but when he got back to Dalton's room, he saw the door slowly opening. As he looked in astonishment at the large figure coming out, Kevin rubbed his eyes, unsure if he was dreaming. He couldn't believe it was actually Dalton.
"Kevin, what the heck are you doing here?"
Dalton grinned broadly. "You scared me to death, buddy."
"I never knew you could be so emotional."
"Hello, Kelly. Why are you calling me so early in the morning? If you have an extra power pill, do you think you could give it to me?" But if Kelly wanted the power pill for her mentor in the union, Kevin really wasn't in the mood to help.
Hi, Kevin here. If you're wondering what happens next, then stay tuned on the Pocket FM Universe channel for more episodes.
I remember you belonged to the union. Did your mentor call Director Silver? So you actually know her? She's one of the senior members of the union. I'm sorry, but unfortunately I don't have a power pill on me right now. Although Renee Silver claimed to hate evildoers, actually she was the bad guy, supporting the strong and bullying the weak. She couldn't hold a candle to Kevin's mentor, the Night King. He abruptly ended the call and didn't give her a chance to respond. Kevin's cell phone rang again. "Kevin, can you please come home?" "What happened?" "I'll be home as soon as I can." He zipped over to Lily's condo and got there in minutes. "Mom's been in an explosion. I just got a call saying that she's been sent to Downtown General." "Don't cry, Lily. Let's go to the hospital and see her." Kevin drove to the hospital with Lily. When they walked into the emergency room, Dorothy was sitting in the corner. "How are you, Mom?" "Lily, we're finished. Our whole family is finished. I invested all the money in the Pittsburgh International Trading Company. The project failed, and now I can't get the money." Jasmine Coleman, who had just arrived in the hospital, interrupted them. "Dorothy, don't expect Pittsburgh International to pay back the money they owe you. I just found out that their owner, Conrad Ferguson, is partnered with Drake Cook. I know your son-in-law knows some people with connections, but can he pull some strings with Drake? Why would you ever count on this? I have an idea. Do you know Niles Walford from the Walford family? He likes my daughter a whole lot. If I tell him about this mess, he might find a way to get the money back for us." Dorothy pulled out her cell phone and started to make the call. "The Walford family? Which family is that?" "Don't be mad, Kevin. I have nothing to do with the guy." "I'm not angry, but I would like to have a nice little chat with him." "We don't have to worry about our problem now. All we need to do is wait for Niles to get here. He'll deal with it."
Is that you, Lily? Where are your manners, Lily? Have you been hanging around with that trash too much? Niles is talking to you. Don't worry about it, Dorothy. Let's talk about your business first. Dorothy explained the problem she was having with Conrad Ferguson and how she and her friends had been cheated by him. "I'll call my father right away and ask him to have a talk with Drake. I'll also straighten things out with Conrad." But the next second, his father's reply ruined his plans. "Get back home right now and don't stick your nose in anybody's business anymore. You're boxing way above your weight class." Kevin stifled a laugh. He'd been right about Niles all along. "It's obvious that he's bitten off more than he could chew. Just give me a second to make a call." Kevin stepped to the side and pulled out his phone to call Drake. A half hour later, Drake and Conrad walked into the emergency room. Just then, Drake shoved Conrad towards the women. "I'm sorry, but we had some technical issues at the company and I wasn't able to return your investment. I've managed to transfer enough funds to reimburse you." Drake turned and looked at Kevin. "And are you Drake? Why don't you come over and apologize to these nice ladies?" "I have no idea who this guy is. Deal with it any way you want." "Niles, don't be too hard on him. After all, Drake is also a very important man. I asked you to apologize, but don't you understand plain English?" Then Drake punched him right in the gut. He hit the floor like a sack of potatoes and lay there for a good long time, unable to stand up. Didn't you bring Conrad Ferguson here because my father sent you? Are you brainless or something? We came down here because Kevin sent us. That's my buddy Kevin over there.
Dorothy was shocked.
I'm really sorry, my friend. I kinda lost my temper, but guys like that really piss me off.
After Drake and Conrad left, Kevin didn't want to reveal his true identity to Lily yet.
Dorothy really wanted to know Kevin's secret. The following morning, Kevin and Lily were surprised when Dorothy got up early to make them breakfast. An hour and a half later, Professor Murdoch and Kevin were walking into her office. "Professor, why have you asked me to see you this morning? Do you want to invite me to breakfast?" "Kevin, I remember you said that there was a way to solve the problem of my loss of strength after taking the neutralization pill. Can you help me? As I recall, I warned you again and again. It's a pity, Professor, that you didn't listen to me." "I know, Kevin. Believe it or not, a teacher can make mistakes too, but can you help me?" She was one of the senior members of the union, and until taking Mike's pill, a very powerful person. Kevin reached into his jacket and pulled out a pale blue pill. This is a kind of elevation pill that can relieve the effects of the neutralization pill. It's kind of complicated. Before Kevin could even finish speaking, Professor Murdoch grabbed the pill out of his hand and swallowed the pill dry. Her body was filling up with energy. Professor Murdoch was definitely starting to recover what she had lost after taking the neutralization pill. "Is that it? I feel better, but I'm still not back to my old self. Professor, have you forgotten what I said? This elevation pill can only counteract 1/3 of the effect of the neutralization pill. If you want to completely restore your strength, you need to take 2 more pills. But Professor, you can only take 1 elevation pill every 2 days. Kevin, you can rest assured that I'll follow your instructions and just take 1 pill every 2 days. So it's okay for you to give me the remaining 2 doses. Kevin hesitated for a moment and then reached into his pocket to pull out the vial containing the last 2 pills and poured them into his palm. As usual, Professor Murdoch completely ignored Kevin's warnings and quickly downed the rest of the elevation pills before he had a chance to react. At that very moment, Randall Williams had suddenly died. "What do you mean by that? My husband had nothing to do with his father's death. It's all Kevin's fault." "What are you talking about? Didn't Kevin escape the day before yesterday with his friend Dalton, who'd been seriously injured? Only because Grandpa wasn't willing to let him die in the hospital after the fight in the hospital room."
So, he betrayed the family, stole from them, fought with his grandfather, and now he did this? Yes, it's true.
All of a sudden, there was a loud noise in the room. The woman stamped her foot heavily on the floor. "I swear in front of Randall Williams' corpse that I'll kill Kevin Williams and put his head on a spike. I swear it with my very life." The Williams family members who heard her thought it was a good thing that Grandpa had joined the Myriads. Ariana's outburst of grief and anger had really boosted the family's morale. All of a sudden, everyone heard a phone ring. They turned around to see Officer Emmett was taking out her cell phone. It was Kelly's mentor with the union. Kelly had told her that she'd been able to find a power pill. "Didn't I promise I'd be able to get you a power pill? But as soon as Kevin heard that I was asking for you, his attitude changed." "Are you telling me that you asked Kevin Williams for the power pill? No matter what your relationship with him is, you need to break it off immediately. There's very bad blood between Kevin and our organization. If I cut off contact with him, what about your medication? I wouldn't take anything from him." After the call ended, Kelly stood there quietly. Meanwhile, Kevin had just gotten back from Professor Murdoch's office. "What's going on?" It seemed that all of his classmates were giving him the once-over, and it made him feel a little uncomfortable.
"You should see this. I didn't know you had so much luck with the ladies."
Dalton handed Kevin his phone and showed him the photo on the screen. Kevin was stunned by what he saw. There was a photo of a man and a woman standing very close to each other. But the man in the photo was obviously Kevin. Standing next to the couple, you could clearly see Penny Sutherland. Kevin could tell that the photo had been taken at Brenda's beauty salon, and it had somehow been posted on the school's website. "Can you explain this to me, Penny?" "I really don't know who it was, but I'll find out." But then Kevin realized he'd better go find Lily before she saw the photo.
Hi, Kevin here. If you're wondering what happens next, then stay tuned on the Pocket FM Universe channel for more episodes.
Pocket FM. To unlock all the episodes, click the link in bio.